horn cover can be removed after taking the 2 screws out of the back side here and here. It frees the cover itself to be removed from the column, and then we can see the horn button itself there. You can see some of your turn signal switches and stuff lay back there. Come around on this metal bar to your switch, your lever. So our horn wire has a crimped end on it here that you can kind of see. Alright. And then a plastic bezel inside of another bezel here that sits down in the column, goes all the way through our column, down through the gearbox, and out to a horn relay under the hood out there. Okay, so this, a lot of guys make a mistake of trying to like drive this all the way in. This actually, you want this brass connector to be making contact with the dome that we have inside of the horn cover, and then the horn plate will bolt here and here through the back side, and then as that plate, as you push down here, the plate rocks, makes contact, and honks the horn. So what we're doing is we're connecting a ground through here to this, which goes all the way down through the column to our relay, connecting the ground contacts. So as soon as you lay contact, you can see the horn will honk. Now, horn wire runs through our steering column all the way down through the actual gearbox itself and out the back side here, as you can see. And then this one we have put a quick connector on for convenience, and then from there it will come up to the inner fender where the horn relay is located. Most 55 Thunderbirds are going to have the old style metal type relay. This one we have added an additional circuit protector to a fuse, and we have swapped out to a 30 amp just standard Bosch style horn relay. The factory horns were also shot in this, so they have been replaced with a set of kind of universal horns down in here. Okay, so here we have our relay that we're going to use for our horn. It's just a standard relay. They actually, most of them give you the circuit on the front, and then on the bottom you can see the terminals will have, well, it's real hard to see, they're tiny, but they'll have little numbers marked by each terminal down here to let you know what's the corresponding terminal for the circuits. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring our load, or our horn circuit, the hot one coming from your fuse block, we'll bring it in on terminal 30 here. Okay, we will bring our we'll just bridge from 30 over to 85 here, providing the solenoid in here with a positive 12 volt supply. From there, on this side, terminal 87 will be going out to our actual horns themselves, and down here 86 is going to go to that wire coming down through the steering column to our horn relay. Okay, and what that'll do is that'll provide a ground when that contact is closed underneath the horn trim ring. It'll provide a ground to the solenoid that already has its 12 volt supply here, which will close the circuit between 30 and 87, providing 12 volt power to our horns. This allows the horns to draw a current that doesn't have to come across the switch. These save a lot of cars from electrical fires. Yours might have a middle pin in it. If it does, that's fine. Those will work for this too. We won't use the middle pin for this application, but the relay solenoid will still function the same, hooked up in that way. Okay, here we have the horn cover out of the car, and we can kind of see the various pieces. This is really the key. This rubber grommet here will sit in and allow these two plates to make contact as you push on the horn. Let's see, so we will have this. You have grommets that go in here, 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 and here. This plate with the lip will go up onto there. And this assembly will sit down in the horn cover. Then we have our bushings here, kind of a T style. These will go down through our assembly. Once the assembly is together, this is what we'll be looking like. Our T-nut. You can see our bushing there. These will go through like that and thread right into our slots here, here, and over here. Once we've got our assembly, we can slide it in, line it up with our holes, and we'll start our screws. First, we'll just get them started. We don't want to tighten them up. We'll just get them so everything stays in place. And once we've inserted our screws and we've threaded them down snug, we'll go back through and we'll make sure we'll go each one just snug. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to leave enough room for this to move up and down on these bushings so that we can make contact. Now, if we want to test this before we put it in the car to see if maybe we need to tighten them down a little more or loosen maybe one up, maybe we got it too tight and there's no room for us to push on, right? We want to test that before we put it in the car. We can do that very simply on the bench with a multimeter set to our ohm setting here. We can take and just prop one of our probes through the bottom plate, and it will be this plate that will bolt to our actual steering wheel. So we'll stick one probe in there, and our horn probe will sit down in here and right on this, right? So we will check that. All right, nothing, but when we apply pressure, we should make contact with the plates. There we go. And back to no contact. All right, we're good. If we got a little wiggle room this way. Good. That's what we're looking for. All right. Okay, our horn trim cover will go back in the same way it came out. We'll insert our screws from the back side. Through these holes located here and here, and those will simply thread into the respective thread holes on the horn cover here and over here. So to install our horn, we'll go ahead and start one of our screws slightly through here. We'll line our horn up We have slots here and over here that correspond with our grooves in our cover. So we want to be sure we line those up. With the ring down, we will slide that on. Some guys will unhook the battery during this step so that you don't have to listen to the horn blow if you misalign it on accident, or if you push a little too hard while trying to line this up. Another common issue is the overall misuse of the horn. If we look at this, a lot of people will want to grab the horn and just, push in the center hub. If you look at the construction of the horn, this is all made out of, kind of a brittle type of plastic. Maybe the horn manufacturer, maybe the car manufacturers wanted it that way. But what looks more logical to me would be this chrome ring that drops all the way down is not necessarily for steering your car. That's what this pretty blue wheel out here is for. This instead is while you're driving down the road, you can reach up and just pull on that. You don't have to remove your hands from the steering wheel. You don't have to push on the plastic and crack it, split it, anything like that. This chrome ring here at the bottom, you can just, as you're driving down the road, very gently reach up and it'll honk your horn with a very easy push.